Good night, I'm Mark Seal, borrowing the news at noon set. Hopefully we'll be in the Sports Night studio again from tomorrow night. But continuing, we have three-time national squash champion Megan Bess leading the Barbados team in its journey to the 21st Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia. Bess was awarded the flag bearer duties for the Games during a ceremony last night, which showcased the 71-member squad at the Barbados Defence Force headquarters at St. Anne's Fort. Bess was presented with the flag from Governor-General Dame Sandra Mason in the presence of Sports Minister Stephen Lashley, BOA President Sandra Osborne, and Australian High Commissioner John Pilbeam, and officials of the Barbados Olympic Association. Now, Chef de Mission Cameron Burke highlighted the team's agenda for the Games.
Barbados will be represented at the Games in 11 disciplines. These are aquatics, athletics, badminton, boxing, cycling, netball, shooting, squash, table tennis, triathlon, and weightlifting. The Sports Medicine Association of Barbados will provide medical coverage for the team. In total, 71 athletes and officials have been selected to represent our country in these games.
It was fitting to hold the ceremony when they did, as Commonwealth Day was celebrated yesterday. Describing the Barbados team as a young, talented and deserving group heading to the Games, the Australian High Commissioner promised them that it will be a memorable experience.
So much of the high esteem in which the Commonwealth is held in our countries is connected with the Commonwealth Games. The Commonwealth Games are a very special festival for the people of the Commonwealth. They're different from the Olympics. Everyone excels, everyone works hard to do their best, but there's a note of collegiality to go with the competitiveness that makes them friendlier and more memorable for the participants. And I hope that fantastic team we see in front of us will partake of that in Australia.
The 2018 Commonwealth Games will run from April 4th to the 15th. Night number 2 of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League saw a total of 6 goals resulting from the 2 games played yesterday. But only 2 points were managed after UWI Blackbirds drew with Rendezvous in the first game and Home Improvement Hardware Compton with Marks Auto Spares Poway Springs in the second. CBC's Kamal Haynes reports on the action.
We start with game number 1. Rendezvous in the turquoise kit up against UWI Blackbirds. The Blackbirds with an early opportunity in the 18-yard box, but the header went wide. Rendezvous were presented a chance off a set piece in the 30th minute and found a goal thanks to Ronaldo Bignal to go 1-0 up. Blackbirds found the equalizer just 8 minutes later. Great work off the wing saw the ball reach the head of Mario Hart, and he made no mistake as UWI drew 1-1 with Rendezvous. To the final game of the night, Poway Springs in the orange and blue kit up against Compton. It only took 6 minutes for Poway Springs to get the first goal thanks to a top header by Shakir Skeet. Compton found the equalizer in the 29th minute after some sloppy work by the defense, which gifted Shaquille Cox the goal. 1-1, game on. Fast forward to the second half and Poway Springs regained the lead. Shamar Edwards heads it past the keeper, 2-1. And when everyone thought the game was done and dusted, Cox added a second to his name to level the game in the 89th minute with Compton 2, Poway Springs 2 at the full-time whistle. Kamal Haynes, CBC Sports.
Meanwhile, as we reported last night, defending champions Weymouth Wales got off to a winning start in their Premiership start. Again, Kamal Haynes reports on the triple header on the opening day.
We start with the first game between Silver Sands in the fluorescent green kit and Empire. A lone goal by Doreen Gale Ford in the 77th minute was the decider to give Silver Sands the important 3 points. Game number 2 between Barbados Defence Force Sports Program, also in the fluorescent green kit, and Ellerton. This one went down to the wire, and with 2 minutes left before stoppage time, Rashad Jules found the deciding goal to give BDF a 1-0 victory over Ellerton. Final game of the night, Weymouth Wales in the green taking on Britons Hill United. Another nail-biting game which saw the first goal arriving in the 87th minute. Riviere Williams made the delivery on his second attempt, giving Wales the lead. Just 3 minutes later, and Wales found the second to seal the deal. Romario Herod receives a good pass and slots it past the keeper to give Wales the 2-0 victory over Britons Hill. Kamal Haynes, CBC Sports.
For the first time, Barbados will host the International Karate World Cup. The event is slated to run from August 17th to 19th at the Willie Gymnasium and will attract around 400 competitors from across the world. As hosts, Barbados will be hoping to replicate their efforts from 2015 at the IDK Worlds in Canada, where they captured 45 medals, inclusive of 26 gold. President of the Barbados Karate Association, Paul Bernstein, says more sponsorship is needed to meet the estimated $100,000 to fund the event.
Happy to say that we have raised about 1/3 of the $100,000 that we want to raise. Because it's a lot of expenses. We expect over 400 competitors and families coming in, and we are very grateful to the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., the BTMI, who has come on board with us, and they have given us a generous donation, and we have also appealed to the business community. Letters have gone out, and we are hoping that the response will be treated, as we have done in the past, and that is that we get a very good response from them. With this in mind, the tournament is being held at the gymnasium, Garfield Sobers Gymnasium, on August the 17th to the 19th. On the 16th, teams will be coming in, and on the 14th, 15th, because on the 16th we're going to have judges clinics as well as examinations for judges, instructors and examiners.
BKA Public Relations Officer Kevin Cott said the deadline for entries is in June, and from the expected entries there will be a high level of competition.
IKD is a relatively young organization with strong representation from the Caribbean and Western Hemisphere. Territories which have expressed interest and confirmation include Canadian provinces such as Ontario, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick and Quebec. Also countries such as USA, South America, South Africa, Philippines and England. And we are still receiving queries from as far as India and Pakistan.
World champion and BKA Vice President Corey Graves says preparations have been going well for the local karatekas.
We have 1 or 2 former champions from the World Cup training with the squad. A young lady called Shannon Skeet. She won the adult women, which was a surprise. She came up from juniors from the 17 to 19 and she went into the adults. And she did really well, winning gold, coming up against one of her own in the final. We also have juniors from the previous 2015 World Cup who will be returning as well and hoping to defend their crown.
Over 80 women took to the Usain Bolt Sports Complex recently for a day of fitness. It was dubbed Women Who Work Out Daily 2018, Workout of the Day event organized by creator Janelle Chase Mears. Now, ranging from ages 5 to 65, the event saw some overseas competitors from St. Lucia, Tortola, and New York.
This event is really about celebrating women and celebrating their strengths and understanding that women are our strongest part of the community and we need to keep them fit and healthy and also be in fun community events.
The St. Michael's School continues to be one of the favorites to do the double at this year's Powerade BSAT Championships. And one who believes that they can do it is Christopher King. Here's his 2 cents worth.
Foundation is doing very well. Also St. Michael's School, so more than likely I expect St. Michael again to win this year. Well, I want St. Leonard's win as an old St. Leonard's scholar, but right now I expect St. Michael to do well, or even Cormier.
The Barbados 2018 Commonwealth squad has received high praises from Sports Minister Stephen Lashley ahead of the April 4th to 15th games in the Gold Coast in Australia. Speaking at the announcement ceremony of the squad at St. Anne's Fort yesterday, the Sports Minister noted that the country is being well represented. We give the Minister tonight's extra time.
Megan, through your outstanding and consistent performances, your attitude and your humility at the tender age of 15, coupled with your high level of discipline and professionalism, allow you to exemplify the true spirit of sportsmanship. And given these accolades, you are fully deserving of this high honor. This presentation of the Barbados flag is symbolic of the high level of appreciation, trust, and respect being afforded to you by the government and the people of Barbados. I therefore urge you to carry it with pride and dignity, and in so doing, you will be representing and certainly presenting our beloved nation to the entire sporting world. As I'm sure you are aware, this honor is accompanied by a high level of anticipation, both for yourself and the other members of Team Barbados. For it is upon your collective shoulders that our hope for podium finishes reside. Please be assured that we will be glued to our television sets and checking social media in our quest to follow your exploits, and that of all Barbados certainly will celebrate with you when our flag is raised and the national anthem is played at the games in recognition of your outstanding performances. Congratulations are also in order for all of the members of Team Barbados who, through your perseverance, through your discipline, and through your hard work, have reached the stage of representing Barbados at the upcoming games in the Gold Coast of Australia. I am advised that the team comprises some 71 persons and that we will be competing in 11 disciplines. This level of representation is itself commendable for Barbados. As the saying goes, we are on the correct path.
Here are some of the events happening tomorrow, March 14th. Knapsack semi-finals are at the Usain Bolt complex from 10 a.m. starting with the girls 600 meters open. This will be live on CBC TV 8 and Radio 98.1 The One. It will also be day 1 of 3 for the BSAC finals. It will be a shortened day at the National Stadium that begins at 10 a.m. The Barbados Secondary Schools Football League has 6 games on. A double-header at Parkinson Field at 1:30 and 3:30, while there are 3:30 games at Princess Margaret, Frederick Smith, CP, and Leicester Vaughan. And the BABA Premier League continues at the Willie Gym with the Pine team going against Warrens at 6 p.m, followed by Bowls versus LSC at 8. That's Sports Night. Remember, Knapsack semi-finals live on TV 8 and Radio 98.1 The One. I'll have highlights during tomorrow night's Sports Night. So, have a good night.